Svo ætlum við að halda áfram hérna í föstudagsþættinum og nú ætlum við aðeins að tala annað en Akureyrarvöku í örlitla stund því það er ferðaskrifstofa, bresk ferðaskrifstofa sem er að fara að fljúga beint til Akureyrar með breska ferðamenn og við fengið fulltrúa ferðaskrifstofunar hingað til okkar ásamt henni Arnheiði hjá Markaðsstofu Norðurlands. Welcome.
Hello.
Takk. Kannski bara aðeins þá segir okkur aðeins forsöguna áður en að við heyrum í honum með þetta verkefni. Þú ert náttúrulega veit ég búin að vinna á Markaðsstofu Norðurlands lengi í því að reyna að fá beint flug til Akureyrar. Er þetta hluti af þeim afrakstri við þá vinnu eða hvernig kom þetta til?
Já, þetta er algjörlega hluti af því. Við erum búin að vera síðan 2011 að markaðssetja markvisst í Bretlandi fyrir flugfélögum og ferðaskrifstofum þannig að þær átti sig á því hvað Norðurlandi er frábær áfangastaður og að Akureyrarflugvöllur sé bara góður völlur til þess að fljúga á. Og núna erum við bara að uppskera og þetta held ég að sé bara fyrst af vonandi fleiru sem að fyrir í gang vegna þess að salan á þessu flugi hefur gengið alveg gríðarlega vel eins og hann kannski segir ykkur betur frá.
Why did you decide to take the chance on flying from England to Akureyrar?
Good question. One that we've been asked a few times. Why not? I think was the final decision in the end. The destination is beautiful. Iceland has become our second largest destination now for Superbreak, behind the UK. And a lot of people have they've been to Reykjavik before, they've done all of the attractions in the south and are looking for something very different. We're also aware that there's an effect with the cruise market, so people come for a day on a cruise ship, they really enjoy it and they want to come back for longer, but up until now to get from the UK to here either required an awful long drive once you got into Keflavik, or a transfer to the domestic airport and a flight up, so it actually took it out of the reach of a lot of people. What we found is by marketing Arctic Iceland or North Iceland as we've gone with, we're getting a lot of people that have been to the country already and want to try something new, and also a lot of people that are new to Iceland completely, which is fantastic. Exactly what we wanted.
And how has the response been?
Beyond expectation in the UK, I can say that. So the initial 8 flights that we put on sale, they sold very, very well. One flight sold out within 2 weeks from Humberside Airport. We know that there's a lot of links between Akureyrar and Grimsby and Hull for the fishing industry, so there's a lot of people coming up on that flight. And we were very quickly, within 3 weeks, 50% of all of the seats sold. So we took the decision then to add an additional 4 flights, including a London departure, which we've done. And we're currently 42% sold, and that's after actually just coming up to 5 weeks now. So it's been beyond anything that we imagined. We expected at this point to be around about 20% of all of seats sold, and that would have been a good result.
Wow, so that's pretty amazing.
It is, yeah. It's been one of the strongest new destination launches that we've ever done.
Wow.
Yeah, anywhere. So we're really happy.
Why do you think that is?
There's an element that Iceland, as a country as a whole, is still seen as a bucket list destination for a lot of people. So we've certainly got that sort of soft adventure client that has been interested. But secondly, the airports that we're flying from generally don't have direct links to Iceland, so we're operating from around the regions. So if you live in Bournemouth, for example, and you wanted to travel to Iceland previously, you had to make the journey to one of the London airports. We've actually found that people support their local airport within the UK and then want to fly from it when there is a direct flight in a similar way to how people here want to, when there is a service, they support it as well.
So it's many departures or airports in the UK?
Yes, so originally we started with 8 different airports, so there was a flight from each of the 8. We've now repeated Humberside, so we have a second Humberside flight on sale, which is already 30% sold, which we're really happy about. But all of the other airports are different, so yeah, it'll be quite strange in Akureyrar during January and February because every week and weekend there'll be a different English or Scottish accent, and even Welsh. We have a Welsh departure now as well.
Really?
Yes, from Cardiff.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And do you think, is there some group of people that is more interesting, like older people, younger people? Or
it depends on where in the UK they're coming from. This is what's been really interesting. So we have a joke. I definitely don't want to work over here during the Bournemouth flight because I think the average age of the customer is over, well, it's quite a bit over 70.
Okay. I'd like to meet them though.
Yeah, no, they'll be great. I mean, God bless them for for coming up here in January and February. We might have to give them spikes for the shoes. I think, but we'll be all right.
We'll help with that.
But the Liverpool flight, the average age is mid-30s.
Yeah.
And it's very much people that are coming over for the soft adventure, ski, but most importantly, Northern Lights at that time of the year as well. People do want to be here and see them. Yeah.
So that the flight is the. And then people just decide what they do, or is there a package with some?
It's a package. So for this winter, to make it simple, we put out a simplified package.
Yeah.
It's either 3 nights or 4 nights. So the flights will be arriving on a Friday and Monday. We're offering 5 different hotels in Akureyrar, and that's the variable, so they can decide which hotel they want to stay in. Then we include a Northern Lights tour and a full day Lake Meavden adventure. It's not just a tour, we're calling it an adventure at that time of year. Yeah. Excuse me. And then they have the option then to add on additional tours. So we're working, for example, here with Elding for whale watching and Northern Lights cruise. We're working with Saga Travel to operate a lot of the optional independent excursions, whether it be a food walk, gastronomy tour, super jeep. They have the option to be able to add that in either before they travel, or we'll have staff here in Akureyrar during the period that they can make the bookings with too.
I've heard from some people here in Akureyrar that of course are very happy to have that flight and are very pleased. Yeah, you know what's coming. They want to get the other way around, want to go have the opportunity to fly to the UK.
This came as a little bit of a surprise to us at the point that we put the flights on sale. Yeah. And by which time the schedule had already been finalised, if you like, and the departures on sale. The difficulty is because we're flying from a different airport every week. Yeah. That we could get people from Akureyrar to the UK. Yeah. For example, we could get them on a flight into Liverpool. Yeah. But we don't have a flight coming back out of Liverpool again on the Monday, so it would have to be from a different airport. Yeah. So we are looking at options for this winter where we potentially have some capacity.
I'd like to go to a Liverpool game, so if you could keep that in mind.
Yeah, football is football seems to be the key driver for decisions, especially because there's quite a big football connection between Akureyrar and
so keep that in mind.
UK,
have it when there's a game like Liverpool, you know, Manchester United or Everton, because we have an Icelander there now, so
we will see what we can do. And then we also have 2 empty leg flights at the very beginning of the program, at the end of the program, which we're looking at options. But you can never say 100%, but it's looking exceptionally likely that we'll be back again next winter for a longer period with more flights. Yeah. And at that time, we have the benefit of being able to plan the programme a little bit better to allow Icelanders to be able to travel down into the UK. Good. Naturally on a Superbreak package, because we have all of the product in the UK, from theatre breaks, regional hotels, everything in between. Yeah,
that's wonderful. One thing, because I heard you told me you've been here like 4 times.
Yes, in the last few weeks, yeah.
For you personally, what's the attraction? Is something that came as a surprise, or?
I've been coming to Iceland for the last 4 years, and I got very used to Iceland being Reykjavik, if you like, because that was the key entry point. So I came quite blasé about the south, and have been spending an awful lot of time there. The first time I flew up here, I can remember I was on the Iceland Air Iceland Connect aircraft coming up, and even on the approach coming down into Akureyrar, you can immediately see sort of the terrain. Everything is different, and when you land at the airport, you look around, you're in the fjord. It's quite magical, especially with the sort of the snow just sitting on the top of the mountains. Then to only have a 5-minute transfer and you're in the city centre. I keep calling it a city, we class it as a city. In the city centre, where everything is compact, you can get around really easily. Nothing is any more than sort of 3 minutes away. And then to have this sort of charming little town with an airport on its doorstep in a beautiful location, and then you travel out of Akureyrar and you see sort of the natural attractions which are close by. It's amazing. It's an amazing spot, and we're really surprised that nobody has from the UK has done it before. We're really surprised and really happy that we're the first, and we intend to sort of hopefully tie everything up for next winter early because already we have, I'm not mentioning any names, but we have been called by various companies to find out how it's going. They're sort of prodding to see exactly what's happening. So there's a definite interest. It's sparked a big interest in the destination.
Very pleased to have you here, and thank you for the conversation. And I hope it goes well, and I'll get to a Liverpool game maybe next year.
We'll try our best.
Sí Gylfi. Þetta frábært. Þið hljótið að vera kátt og líka að heyra svona viðbrögð.
Jú, náttúrulega þetta bara frábært að fá svona viðbrögð frá þeim og þegar að þau fara að segja frá þessu úti til annarra flugfélaga, ferðaskrifstofa, þá vekur það náttúrulega miklu meiri athygli heldur en þegar við erum að kalla það hér. Þannig að þetta bara byrjunin núna sko, og við erum bara mjög ánægð með það. Þó að auðvitað eins og þið, þá myndum við vilja sjá flug í báðar áttir, en það eru möguleikar á því. Þannig að þetta bara góð byrjun. Við hlökkum til að sjá bara hópa Bretum. Ég vonast til að verði að minnst 8.000 gistinætur í janúar, febrúar, mars, sem bara mjög stórt stökk fyrir okkur sko.
Yndislegt, til hamingju með þetta. Nice to have you.
Thank you very much.
Og við höldum bara áfram í föstudagsþættinum eftir augnablik og svolítið meiri Akureyrar vaka.